The world only respects the man who respects himself. That sentence is not just a truth, it's a law of life. A silent law, a law you can't negotiate with, a law you can't cheat, a law you can't escape. And the sooner you understand it, the sooner your life will begin to shift. Because the way you see yourself, the way you treat yourself, the way you value yourself, it becomes the script that the world follows when dealing with you. If you walk with your head lowered, the world will step on you. If you sell yourself cheap, the world will treat you like you're worthless. But if you stand tall, if you carry dignity like a weapon, if you demand respect by first respecting yourself, then even your enemies will hesitate before trying to break you. Respect. That's what every man craves deep inside, even more than love. Respect is the foundation of love. Respect is the foundation of trust. Respect is the foundation of power. But most men never realize this. They chase the wrong things. They chase approval, validation, temporary pleasure, applause from people who don't matter. And in the process, they lose the one thing that matters most: their own respect for themselves. Let me ask you something. How do you expect the world to respect you when you don't even respect yourself? How can you demand loyalty when you betray yourself daily? How can you demand love when you cannot even look in the mirror without shame? The truth is harsh, but it will set you free. No one will ever see you as worthy until you decide you are worthy. You see, the world doesn't care about your potential. It doesn't care about your dreams. It doesn't care about the pain you've endured. It only cares about how you present yourself right now. You can be brilliant, but if you act like a coward, no one will respect you. You can be kind, but if you let people walk all over you, no one will respect you. You can be hardworking, but if you have no self-discipline, no self-control, no boundaries, no one will respect you. Because respect is not something you ask for. It's something you embody. And here's the brutal truth: if you don't respect yourself, the world will punish you for it. That's why people ignore you. That's why they laugh behind your back. That's why they use you. That's why they walk away from you when you need them most. Not because they're cruel, but because you taught them that you are disposable. And once you set that standard, it is almost impossible to undo. But here's the good news: you can change it. You can rebuild it. You can draw a line in the sand right now and say, "No more. I will not betray myself again. I will not lower myself for scraps of attention. I will not beg for respect. I will live in a way that demands it." And when you make that decision, your life begins to transform. Think about this. When was the last time you truly kept your word to yourself? When was the last time you set a goal and actually followed through, no matter what? When was the last time you said no to something that was destroying you? Whether it was a toxic person, a poisonous habit, or a destructive thought, because that's where self-respect starts. Not in how others treat you, but in how you treat yourself when no one is watching. Every small decision builds or destroys your respect. Every time you keep your word to yourself, you rise. Every time you break it, you fall. And let's be real, you know the moments when you betray yourself. You feel it deep in your gut. You know when you should have spoken up, but you stayed silent. You know when you should have walked away, but you begged to be accepted. You know when you should have chosen discipline, but you gave in to weakness. Those moments burn. They eat at you. They hollow you out inside. And the worst part, the world sees it too. They can smell it on you. They can see it in your eyes. A man who has lost respect for himself cannot hide it. But the opposite is also true. A man who respects himself doesn't need to announce it. He doesn't need to brag. He doesn't need to scream. You can see it in his posture. You can hear it in his voice. You can feel it when he walks into a room. That man doesn't beg. That man doesn't chase. That man doesn't lower himself for anyone. That man is respected, even by people who dislike him. Because self-respect is magnetic. It commands attention. It forces people to look at you differently. Let me tell you a story. There was once a man who gave everything to others. He thought being selfless meant giving away his time, his energy, his heart, his dignity. People loved him when he was useful. They loved him when he sacrificed himself for them. But the moment he stopped giving, the moment he had nothing left, they left him, and he was broken. He thought, Why do they not respect me? Why do they not love me the way I love them? And the answer was simple: he had never respected himself. He had set the standard that his life was cheap, that his worth depended on what he gave away. And so the world treated him exactly that way. But then one day, something shifted. He stood in front of a mirror and saw the tired face of a man who had spent his life serving others while abandoning himself. And he made a choice. He decided to build himself. He decided to stop giving what was not respected. He decided to carry himself with pride. He demanded better from himself and in turn demanded better from the world. Slowly, people noticed. Slowly, they treated him differently. Slowly, he became someone they could not ignore. Why? Because he finally respected himself. That's the secret, my friend. The world is just a mirror. It reflects back to you what you show it. If you show it weakness, it gives you contempt. If you show it strength, it gives you respect. If you show it desperation, it gives you rejection. If you show it dignity, it gives you honor. And here's something you must understand: respect comes with a price. You cannot buy it with money. You cannot buy it with words. You cannot buy it with fake confidence. The only currency that earns respect is sacrifice. Sacrifice of comfort. Sacrifice of weakness. Sacrifice of laziness. Sacrifice of the part of you that would rather take the easy way out. Because self-respect is built in the moments when you choose the harder path. When you wake up at 5 a.m. to chase your vision. When you walk away from toxic people, even if it means being alone. When you keep your standards high, even if it means losing what you wanted. That's where respect is forged. And make no mistake, it is lonely, it is painful, it is exhausting, but that's why it is rare. That's why so few men are truly respected. That's why so many die with regret, because they chose comfort over honor, and the world punished them for it. But you don't have to be one of them. You can rise, you can rebuild, you can walk a path that commands respect. You can decide today that you will carry yourself like a man who cannot be broken. And when you do, the world will follow. Listen to me carefully: you are not invisible. You are not worthless. You are not broken beyond repair. You are simply waiting for yourself to rise. You are waiting for the man inside you. The man who refuses to bend. The man who refuses to betray himself. The man who demands respect. To take control. And when that man takes control, your entire life changes. The world only respects the man who respects himself. Not the man who complains. Not the man who begs. Not the man who blames. The man who respects himself. And that man is waiting inside you. So stand up. Lift your head. Set your boundaries. Keep your word. Stop giving yourself away to people who don't deserve you. Stop selling your soul for cheap approval. Stop waiting for respect, and start living in a way that demands it. Because the day you truly respect yourself is the day the world will have no choice but to respect you too.